Hello, it is Saturday the 23rd of May and that means it is the second round of Raedathon, the 24-hour Raedathon. So technically I'm lying, right now it's Friday the 22nd, it's like 5 minutes to midnight. I have never ever succeeded in doing one of these and staying up the actual 24 hours. So I decided to get a couple hours sleep. I've had a nap. I'm now awake again. I won't say I'm feeling refreshed because I am not. Like, I don't feel good taking naps. I don't do it. But I thought it was probably going to be the only way that I actually managed to stay up. So yeah, kicking off at midnight. My plan is to read. I'm trying to pick it up. Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. I'm about halfway through this book, so I really want to get this finished today. And I also really want to read Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse, which is the third Percy Jackson book. I'm talking very quietly. My sister is asleep. Obviously, the whole house is asleep, but she's the only one who'll be able to hear me. I've moved downstairs so that I can't wake anyone up, and I'm just going to hope that the audio comes out okay, and I will turn up the volume when I edit it. So I've got Brittany doing this as well over at the Neverending Reader, and she's doing it on UK time, so it is only 6 p.m. for her right now. So she can help me stay awake, and if she doesn't want to go to bed, then I can help her stay awake. So I feel like we've got a solid chance. Obviously I have no plans tomorrow, so this should work. It's nearing quite close now. I've got a Lucasade on the go. I've never seen these before. Citrus Chill. It doesn't taste that great, but I'm hoping to give me a little bit of energy. I guess it's nearly midnight and I need to start reading. Hello, so I have already moved. I'm in the living room. I struggle to get comfortable in the communal rooms of my house. I'm weird. It is nearly 1 a.m. now, and Jade ran a reading sprint over on Twitter. With Clockwork Prince, what I've been doing is reading a full chapter and then allowing myself to check my phone. So it's nearly 1. I didn't use the full hour of the sprint, but I got to a round chapter. I read 3 chapters and I read 84 pages, so I'm now quite a ways through this. At the speed I'm going, I think I should be able to finish this in the next hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. If I carry on at that speed, reading a chapter, then taking a break, reading a chapter, then taking a break. So that is the plan. Brittany has also picked this up to carry on reading. She's a little bit less far in than me. I believe she's on about page 170 by now. Both reading the same book, which is cool, but I'm just a little bit ahead, so I can't really talk to her about the exact things happening. But yeah, as it's nearly 1, I'm gonna have a quick Twitter break, quick comfort break, and then pick this back up. I am really enjoying it. While I'm reading, I'm listening to the Hufflepuff Common Room. I am definitely not a Hufflepuff. I'm a Ravenclaw. I don't think I'm even part Hufflepuff, but for some reason I really like the Common Room ASMR. That's as exciting as this is going so far, but I'm really enjoying reading this. Actually, it's such an easy read. So it is now 4 a.m. and I'm wide awake. I'm trying to be very, very quiet because I just made a cup of tea and the kettle sounded like it was the loudest thing ever in this house. So I really hope that I'm not disturbing anyone. This would have been so much easier when I lived alone and didn't have to worry. But yeah, 4 a.m. and I just finished Clockwork Prince. It took me a little bit longer to read this than I wanted, but I genuinely loved it. I'm giving it 5 stars. This is definitely my favourite book in the whole Shadowhunters world, apart from City of Bones, that I've read so far. So genuinely love this. I finished it during Jade and Gavin's live show. They started at 3 and we did some like reading sprints in the live show, so that was really, really useful to get my reading like up to speed to finish this book. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I read like 30 pages in 15 minutes in the last sprint because I just wanted to get this finished. So I've read that. The next book on my TBR, the only other book on my TBR, is Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse. So I'm really not bothered by this book, but it is my last read for Raedathon, so I do need to read it. It doesn't look that long, it's like 300 pages, so I'm thinking if I can get this finished by 6 a.m, I would be very, very happy if I just sit and sprint it. That would be great, but like I don't want to be too optimistic. I definitely want to read 100 pages. If I'm not loving it in 100 pages, I'm going to pick something else to read, but 100 pages is my aim. So yeah, I'll let you know when I have an update. Hello, it is 5 a.m, and in the last hour all I've done is read 48 pages of Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse, and I think I'm going to try and get maybe 2-3 hours sleep, and just not, I don't know, I don't think it's the book or anything, like I've never done one of these 24 hours before where I actually don't go to bed at night and like try and wake up early rather than, so I've actually stayed awake, and yeah, I might just try and get a few hours because I don't feel like fully happy with carrying on reading. I did enjoy the live show at 3 and it doesn't go at 6, but I wonder when the next one will be after that. Like I'm not even that tired. I just feel like if I get a couple hours now, I can read solidly. And I've had an extra 5 hours reading than I ever would. So yeah, maybe I should get a few hours sleep. Hello, it is 7 a.m, so I've only had 2 hours sleep, but I do feel 100% better already. I'm gonna do like normal life, waking up stuff, like having breakfast, and then I'm gonna read. It's looking like a lovely day, so I'm gonna go sit in the garden. Hello, time for another update. It is 9 a.m and I'm still reading Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse. I watched the Instagram live with Jade and Molly, got quite a bit of reading done there. I'm now on page 140, which puts me at nearly halfway through this. So I think until 10, maybe I'm just going to sit and constantly read, see how far I can get. And then I think Jade said the next Instagram live isn't till 11, so I'm going to hope that I'm on a different book then. I don't hate this, it's just, well, that light is bright. I don't hate it, but I feel like there's a lot of other books that I own that I'd like to be reading right now a lot more than this one. It's just not really my cup of tea, but I have found that with the Percy Jackson book. So I finished the one before, Sea of Monsters. Did I finish that yesterday? And yeah, gave it 3 stars, like enjoyed it, but it's not really something I wanted to reach for. I'm feeling the same about this. Like if I was much younger and had never, like hadn't done that much reading, then I'd probably love this. I understand there are pure Percy Jackson fans out there, but I feel like it needs a nostalgia element. Same with Harry Potter, really. Like it needs an element of nostalgia, whereas this has no nostalgia for me. So maybe that's why I don't like it. But I've already promised these copies to Brittany because they have sprayed edges, and I found out that they were sprayed by the previous owner because they didn't do the tidiest job of it. Which, you know, cute. I don't know why I'm telling you that. Yeah, I'm gonna sit, read for another, 50 minutes, see how far I can get. Okay, so it is 10 o'clock and I don't have insane progress. I'm on page 189. So I'm getting there. I'm not sure what percentage through, maybe I'll find out while I'm talking. I'll pop it into Goodreads. So I didn't read constantly for an hour. I did do some work on my TBR tortoise. Okay, so Goodreads says 64%, which, I mean, it looks more than 64% to me, but okay. Yeah, I did some work with my TBR tortoise because I'm going to pick my next read from that, so I just wanted to check that everything I thought was in there is in there, basically, and every book that should be taken out I've got highlighted. I have a spreadsheet, it's a very complicated situation. But yeah, every book that
I've got like on a TBR, I know if it's in there, so I know whether to expect it, stuff like that. So I did that for like 20 minutes. So I did a decent amount of reading in the time I actually read for. Yeah, I've got 36% of this book left. I'm going to make a cup of tea and start reading between 10 and 11 before the next Instagram live at 11. That's the plan. Hello, so it is nearly 11 o'clock and there is a half an hour sprint going at 11, and I'm currently only 4 chapters from the end of Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse. So I'm definitely going to get I hope I'm going to get this read in the sprint. There's literally that much left. So that's the plan. I've got 3 minutes. I'm very cautious. Cautious? I know the word I mean. I'm looking at the time. So I just thought it'd be a good idea to pick my next read from the TBR tortoise. Before that, just in case I need to start another book in the sprint. Couldn't give a good sprint. I'm not definitely going to stick to what comes out of this because it could be anything. Oh, and 3 just fell into my lap. So I think I'll just pick one of the 3. Go with that one. It's Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, which you will have already seen if you watch all my videos. By the time this goes up, me and Brittany have launched our own book club, and our book club pick for the month of June is Ninth House. So I was actually waiting for that one to come out, the tortoise, so that I could get rid. So another one that fell out. The Wife Between Us. Okay, yeah, I'll read that. That's definitely not my typical reading taste. It's like a domestic thriller, I believe, and I got it out of Brittany's house when I went to visit. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a go. I was weirdly thinking about that book and thought it might be one I could give to my mom. Like, she might fancy reading it. She doesn't read, so that would be like just sort of a try and push it on her book. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna get that one ready for after the sprint, and yeah, carry on. Okay, so next update, Raedathon. It is 10 to 12 and I just finished Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse. So that is another like 294 pages read during the Raedathon. I'm now going to go and heat up some pizza, sit with my phone, get Instagram ready to watch the next live, and start my next book, The Wife Between Us. This one I'm a little bit daunted by, actually, because I've heard mixed things and I don't really read that many thrillers. So this could go either way. I'm hoping that it goes a way that I enjoy. The Naked Hardback is not pretty. I'm not even mad about it though. It's fine. Yeah, I guess I don't even know what this is about. Maybe I should say that. It says, The Wife Between Us deftly explores the hidden complexities of marriage and the dangerous truths we ignore in the name of love. Read between the lines. I'm intrigued and I really want to get this read by maybe... Oh, I think Brittany was thinking about tabbing this book. Thanks for the tabs, Brittany. How many pages is this? 343. Let's say I want to get it finished by like 4:30. Maybe that's a fair goal. We'll see. Hello, so it's 1 o'clock now and I feel like I've hit a bit of a rut. I just watched Jade's latest live Instagram thing. She said there's going to be another one at 3, but I've picked up The Wife Between Us, and in pretty much half an hour of sprints I read 26 pages, which is not like me at all. I was expecting like 60 pages. So I think what I'm going to do with this book, I'm just going to spend 15 minutes or so starting to do like some sort of character map, I guess. Like, I've got all my cool pens, and I'm just going to take a piece of paper and write down the names of characters, because I feel like it threw so many names at me that my brain couldn't process it quickly. So like if I was doing the sprint halfway through this book, I would have flown, but I couldn't work out who was who starting it on page 1. So I'm going to do that. I was also a little bit distracted because mine and Brittany's announcement for our book club went up, and it got a bit of a mixed response. So I don't normally care, like dislikes, negative comments, whatever. I normally don't care, but because this is me doing something with my best friend and it's something I'm really, really excited to do, in 20 minutes that it went up, it already got a dislike. And then I was talking to some really lovely people on Twitter, talking about how people should just, you know, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all that good stuff. That people should have better things to do, which I 100% agree with. While we were talking about that, it got another dislike. So at the time of saying that, we're on 5 likes and 2 dislikes, which is obviously still, there's more likes than dislikes, but it does just knock you a little bit, which is what I'm assuming those people wanted to do. They wanted to knock my confidence a bit. So I was going to say I'm not going to react. I have reacted because I don't think you cannot, but yeah, it's definitely knocked me around a little bit. So I think I just need to take a second away from reading and figure out what's going on in this book before diving right back into it. Saying that, I'm going to do that, read and take part in the sprints at 3, and if after the sprints at 3 I'm not on like page 100 at least, because I wanted to have this book finished by 4:30. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. If I'm not on page 100 by the end of the sprints, then I think I'm going to pick up something different, just because I'm reading so well in this 24-hour readathon. Like, I don't want like my progress to stop now, so I need to find something that I can read quickly and that I can enjoy without much brain power. I've nattered on for long enough. You've had 3 minutes of me talking with no content really at all, so I guess I'm going to make my little character note and carry on reading. Okay, so it's 1:30. I've been chatting to a couple of people over on Twitter, on YouTube, about the video, so I'm feeling like a little bit better about that. I think I'll feel better once Brittany's awake, because she's still sleeping right now, so we can't talk about it. But yeah, so I'm feeling fine. There's actually a girl I've met who her and her best friend are long distance. Feels weird to say, like, I know I'm in a long distance relationship, I'm also in a long distance best friendship, so you know. So yeah, she was saying that they've come together through reading as well, so it's just quite nice to know that there's other people out there with the same experience, I guess. I've also made, I'm going to show you, because I'm on page, I'm not even 10% through, I'm on page 26, so I don't feel like any of this is spoilers, but if you want to go into The Wife Between Us knowing absolutely nothing, then please skip like 2 minutes. I'll try not to talk for that long. But this is my little map, I'm going to move you closer, of everything I know about the characters so far. Oh, my phone is on charge, it's not balancing. So we've got Richard, who in the first chapter is engaged to Nellie, and Samantha is mentioned. I haven't written anything there. It sounds like a roommate, not sure. She also works for somebody called Linda, so we get Linda's name. And then so that happens in chapter 3. In chapter 2, Richard, we find out, is divorced from Vanessa, and Vanessa is staying with her Aunt Charlotte. Those are all the names I have. I feel like this is going to help me understand what's going on. I could be wrong, but yeah, I'm going to keep my pens next to me and like add to this as I go through, as I figure out some of the relationships. I'm thinking of doing like a different colour if anything changes, because I'm not trusting this, because it is a thriller, so I'm assuming most of this is wrong. But yeah, that's what I've done. So I'm going to be keeping that in the front of my book, ready to access when we learn a new character's name, because I am pretty lost and I'm not even 10% in. So now I've got, when did I say the next live thing was at 3? So I have an hour and a half of potentially solid reading. Yeah, maybe I would like to get to page 100, but I'm not going to overexert myself. I'm just going to try and have fun with this. So yeah, I will give you another update when I have one. Okay, so it's nearly 2 and I'm on page 50. This is a struggle to read. I am definitely struggling. I've added a few more lines and a few more people to my chart to try and work out who's who. So weirdly, I'm enjoying doing that. I'm also going to tie my hair up because it's getting a bit greasy and yeah, it's 10 to 2. Oh wait, I thought the live show was at 2, it's at 3. I was going to say I was going to make a cup of tea and wait for that, but I'm going to go and make a cup of tea anyway and carry on reading, I guess. So I actually have another hour to read the 50 pages I wanted to read before the live show, so maybe it's possible. It is nearly 4 o'clock and I feel like this afternoon has gone so much quicker than this morning. The Wife Between Us, I've just reached part 2, which starts on page, what is that, 147. So I've still got a very long way to go. I'm like 40% of the way through. It was just like what I was expecting the big reveal to be at less than halfway through. So yeah, I've managed to read. So I read 47 pages in the half-hour reading sprint thing of the, what's it called? Instagram Live. I know what's happening. I think I'm getting tired. Yeah, so I'm abandoning my character map because, like, 1, I don't need it now. I've worked out who people are, and like 2, I had things wrong, so I don't need to look at my wrong choices. Yeah, while I was doing that, I got an Amazon package, and this, I'm probably going to get emotional no matter what book this is, but Laura over on Twitter, she's Laura's Bookish Thoughts. I will tag her Twitter so you can go and follow her and give her some love. She messaged me yesterday to say she knew June was probably going to be quite hard for me, so she'd ordered me a present to make me smile, and the fact that anything is here has accomplished that. Like, she didn't need to do this at all. The message would have been fine. But yeah, she bought me a book. She bought me 2 books. Oh my god. Okay, so the first one, we've got One of Us Is Next by Karen M. McManus. So this says the sequel to One of Us Is Lying. I got confused. I've got the One of Us Is Lying, I've read that, and I've got Two Can Keep a Secret. I thought Two Can Keep a Secret was the sequel. This is the sequel, and Two Can Keep a Secret is unrelated. But nice, cool blue sprayed edges. This is, I'm very excited. So this is, so I just had to crop out a section because I read the back of the book, which is a spoiler for the first book. Either way, we've got that one. Genuinely excited to read that, like, because did I give One of Us Is Lying 4 stars maybe? Because I did enjoy it and I wanted to know more about the characters, so interested. And the next book, this is so sweet. She's bought me Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, which is the sequel to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Somebody bought me A Good Girl's Guide to Murder last month. It was in my April haul. I forgot what month I was on. So I haven't actually read it yet. So I added the second one to my wish list, like on a whim. And she's only gone and bought it for me. That is cute. And she says, I loved her first book and haven't read this yet. So I hadn't even read her first book yet. I just have an issue for wanting books in a series. But that is just so sweet. I can't thank her enough for that. She knew that I was gonna maybe be going through a tough time. I'm not gonna get into it again. If you've got no idea what I'm talking about, then just don't worry. Some plans have been cancelled for June that I'm pretty upset about. So thank you so much, Laura. I'm just going to drop you a message and say how grateful I am, but I really, really appreciate it. Hello, so it is 5 o'clock. I'm still reading The Wife Between Us. I'm on like page pretty much 200. I think it's 193. And I'm just getting a little bit like, I'm reading about 45 pages an hour. So I'm not even doing a page a minute, which is like my basis. I think I've already said in this video, if I'm reading a page a minute, I'm like happy with my speed. So if I'm less than that, I need a bit of a boost. So I thought I would start another book and just have 2 on the go, but I have no idea what I want to start. I did think about Mishling by Affinity Konar. This was on my first Books I'm Daunted By video, and I did sort of enjoy the first chapter, but Connor has said he will have that after I've read it, so I was gonna think about it, but I need something light and fluffy, so I'm hoping we get something light and fluffy. And we did. My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. It is a YA cheesy. Wait, I've read that. I've read that. There's another Huntley Fitzpatrick on my shelf, but it's not that one. I've read that one. Let's see if we can do just as well with the next pick. In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. I'm not going to go for another thriller because I'm reading a thriller right now, but that was a good option. The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. Yeah, we'll go with that. So this is one of those books that I did just want to read, give it a chance, but I'm not expecting amazing things. It says 26 crushes, 0 kisses. 17-year-old Molly Perkins Suso knows all about unrequited love. She's lived through it 26 times. She crushes hard and crushes often, but always in secret, because no matter how many times her twin sister Cassie tells her to woman up, Molly can't stomach the idea of rejection, so she's careful. Fat girls always have to be careful. Then a cute new girl enters Cassie's orbit, and for the first time ever, Molly's cynical twin is a lovesick mess. Meanwhile, Molly's totally not dying of loneliness, except for the part where she is. I'm going to not read all on the back because there's quite a lot. But this is a pretty big, chunky book on my shelves that if I'm not going to absolutely love it forever, it needs to go. So I need to read it, give it a chance, see what I want to do with it. And I've probably had it at least a year now, so it does need looking at. Yeah, I'm sort of excited. So I'm going to read this now. It is 5 o'clock. I don't believe there's any more sprints going or anything right now, so I'm probably going to read that until dinner, whenever dinner is. Yeah, cool. So I'm on page 3, and I'm not really sure I like the tone of this book already. So I read Simon vs. the Homo sapiens Agenda, I listened to the audiobook and I really enjoyed it. And then I heard some negative reviews and I started doubting myself. So this is obviously the same author, and we've had the sentence, anyway, thanks for saving my butt. Literally. Okay, not my butt. I giggle. It's okay. Thanks for saving my labia. I don't want to read the word labia on page 3 of a YA contemporary. I'm really good without that. So it is 7:20. I'm in the final 100 pages of The Wife Between Us. And I'm a bit lost. I understood. Obviously, I can't say much because it's spoilers. I understood the first, it's in 3 parts. And at the end of the first part, I understood the big, oh my god, reveal. I got that. The one at the end of the second part, though, I don't get it. I feel like this could have been a 200-page book because the story wrapped up quite nicely then. But no, they've added more. Maybe this ending will be absolutely fantastic. I do know that I just want to sit now and get it finished, but I need a cup of tea. So I might make some tea and then sit and finish it. I don't think there's been much more activity from Jade in terms of sprints and stuff, because she's been desperate to finish her book, which I do not blame her. I feel exactly the same. Yeah, so she's sprinting until she finishes a book right now. So yeah, not much from her. So I guess I'll go make some tea. Hello, so it is 9:10 and I just finished The Wife Between Us. This was bad. I'm pretty sure this is my first 1-star rating of the year. I did not enjoy it. I don't even know whether it's because I don't really read thrillers. I presumed that a very hyped up domestic thriller that a lot of people don't like was going to be because it was so easy to work out and that I would be able to see what was going on and I wouldn't really be shocked, but I'd enjoy it. But that's not what happened. It was just bad, in my opinion, and I will be unhauling it straight away. I've got a couple of books listed up on Facebook, and I am adding it to that as we speak because I don't want to own it anymore. And if someone else can read it and enjoy it, then that is all that, go them. So I've got 3 hours, and I did start The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. I read that much in half an hour, so maybe I can do this. I sort of need a shower, but to the point where I could leave it till tomorrow morning just to read, which is really bad, but I can't shower past midnight because my sister's bedroom is attached to the bathroom, so that wouldn't be okay. Maybe I just read. Hello, so it is 10 a.m. on Sunday now, and I did an update again last night. So I read 18 pages of The Upside of Unrequited and then went for a shower, got in bed, cuddled up, and I was asleep by 11. So I think after I'd finished my 3rd book, I just I thought I'd done enough. I did just count up how many pages I read yesterday, and it worked out to 992 pages, which isn't how much I wanted to read, because you'll be seeing maybe even a couple of days after this goes up, I did another 24-hour challenge by myself a couple weeks ago, like towards the start of May, and I think I read over 1,000 pages. So I was a little bit like, not upset, but I wanted to do better than that, seeing as I did stay up all night. But I guess that just shows how your book choices can influence how much you're going to read. Like, I did a 12-hour challenge, which I'll link in the description as well, where I read like 3 of the selection books, and I read about 800 pages in 12 hours. So to read only 924 hours, it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, so that's what I did. I am impressed with myself. Like, I stayed up till 5 a.m. Like, I am genuinely impressed. And the next time that Jade does one of these, if there is a Raedathon round 3, you can guarantee I'll be taking part. Assuming it doesn't clash with work or anything. So if she does another one in lockdown, then I'm definitely doing it. But if you've watched this vlog all the way through, then thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.